Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. I wanted to do a video compiling a load of different news together. So in the Crytek v Star Citizen Lawsuit Skadden, which represent Crytek, appeared to be withdrawing their attorneys and they're replacing them with another firm, the Crytek guys. Star Citizen's funding continues to rise with the best year yet. And we had Inside Star Citizen, which looked at some of the rooms in the 890 jump, hover mode, and extra information on the customization system. There have been some updates in the Crytek case. Crytek appear to be withdrawing a number of their attorneys that were from the Skadden law firm and replacing them with a couple of firms that specialise in IP and trademark law. Now, it looks like Skadden have been entirely withdrawn now, as far as I'm aware, and that's what it looks like to me, after Crytek were denied an extension to respond to CIG's request for a $2.2 million bond. That would have Crytek having to put that money and give it to the court effectively, who would hold it until the case was over, as far as I understand it anyway. The court felt that Crytek had squandered the additional time allotted and further abused the original extension by asking for more time at the last possible moment. We don't know what appears to be the removal of Skadden as representing Crytek is due to. This could be because they cost too much money, or they weren't reaching a settlement, or maybe they just couldn't work with Crytek's instructions. We don't know for sure, but it has come after they were denied that extension for that bond, and the court had basically called them out for squandering time. The two new firms that Crytek have brought in are Davidson Law Group, who specialise in patent, trademark, copyright, and trade secret litigation, and Arise IP, that focus on IP law. The Star Citizen funding tracker that I believe Relay.sc run, or have at least a major hand in, has been fixed and is back up, and this tracks sort of like the day-on-day, month-on-month funding of Star Citizen. I believe it grabs it straight from the website, which is awesome and reasonably accurate. It's interesting because Star Citizen seems to be ramping up how much it's generating in crowdfunding, with it breaking the $40 million year-on-year wall in March, April and May of this year. This excludes brand deals and other investments and subscribers, I believe, so the actual total that they made in the last year or whatever is actually much more than that. But I do believe that Star Citizen does pretty well out of bad press, any press. In fact, a percentage of gamers who didn't know about the game or project check it out, and then a percentage of those become backers. Doesn't seem to damage much of the actual player and backer base, any sort of bad press, and we saw that from the Forbes article. It seems to make more and more money. Montoya did a great video on this as well, which I will link down below. Let's take a look at Inside Star Citizen Hover over Origin and do a little bit of a summary. Hover mode is the VTOL animations and VTOL flight evolved. They are separating VTOL from just the landing that we would previously had VTOL with. It was just with landing mode, but VTOL is going to be focused, and hover mode is going to be focused on low speeds and atmospheric flight for the most part. It puts most of your ships thrust downward where possible, so it acts much more like a helicopter. If you tilt your ship forward in this mode, you'll move forward when in hover mode. Tilt back, you'll pull back and stop. It should look and feel much more realistic on planets, and when you're flying around an atmosphere, you can still strafe upwards with space. The idea here is that you can toggle VTOL on hover mode with a key, or once you're below a certain speed, it will sort of automatically engage. Therefore, holding W will put you back into normal flight mode. And yeah, you can fly around the planets in your normal flight mode still. Obviously, your thrusters are under a lot of strain when doing that. In hover mode, you will lose your standard strafe controls as the power of your thrusters is aiming downwards. Very interested to see what this is like once it's in our hands, because it looks a bit odd to me. I sort of understand it, but I need to play around with it myself. They are busy on the final art for the 890 jump. They showed off some of the rooms and facilities of the ship. The main bridge has taken inspiration from the 600i. The sort of faces and walls are less curvy though. They have various stations, one for a pilot, one for a co-pilot, and one for an engineer, and a big hollow globe as well that will allow us to sort of map where we're going and represent that, as well as a large pair of component cupboards there, so you have quick access to your components. The battle bridge is a secondary bridge on the lower decks, allowing you to control your ship in a much more secure area. It's quite small. It has 3 stations, basically a captain's chair and 2 gunner focused stations. Nearby is the armory, and that has 2 cupboards for weapon storage there. At the end of the corridor is a med bay with a sort of like little quarantine section and a bed there. Not sure of what sort of tier that medical bed is there, maybe a tier 2 or tier 3 styled one. The 890 jump looks like it's making great progress and should be in the 3.6 patch at the end of June, with Alpha 3.5.1 now live and the Origin celebration, allowing us access to free fly all of the currently flyable Origin range until the 13th of June. And we also have the customization system. So manufacturer customization is currently a website only experience and only available for the 300 series of ships at this stage. The customization system links a series of pictures together dynamically so you can see your changes represented to any customizations you make on the website. It talks to the game servers to ensure that you get your ship as you want it. Once bought and customized, you can't customize it further via the website. However, you can freely change its components and weapons in game. Basically, it's just flare items and paint jobs and the internal paint jobs and aesthetic items for like the chair and the steering wheel and stuff, which are hard locked to the system at the moment. You can fully melt custom ships and rebuy them via the customize option again. You can't rebuy a custom ship through the buyback pledges section. You have to go through that customization process again. If you upgrade the ship to another ship, this will remove and melt your customizations, and if it's another 300 series at this stage that you've upgraded it to, then you can recustomize the new ship. The manufacturer customization will be fully available in-game in the future, as will aftermarket customization in much more detail. Some colors and customization options may only be available during special events and sales. There's a couple of cool little documents that get maintained by people. Malagos has updated his ship and component data to 3.5.1. I'll link that down below because that's very useful for people that want to see what weapons are performing like and what's great for your loadouts and that sort of stuff. And there's also a Dumpers Depot and Platinum Bay component finder, which I believe is made by Trazos. I will link those down below. Check them out. They're very useful if you want to know where things are available and all that sort of jazz. Actually, there's also the Star Citizen DPS calculator, which I'll chuck down below too. That's really useful as well. You can actually customize your ship on there with various components or whatever and actually see what that does to your ship, see the DPS, all that sort of jazz. Very, very useful little tool. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For June, we have an Origin 890 Jump, the massive luxury ship that should also be flyable with Alpha 3.6 at the end of the month. That is a huge sort of like capital luxury ship. It's been donated by Odyssey Interstellar, a friendly industrial expansionist organization in Star Citizen that focus on mining, trading, industry, exploration, research, and infrastructure. In short, commerce is their goal. They run regular weekly events in-game now. Please check them out if you are looking for an org to join. Links down below. There are a couple of services I shield for as well that you might find useful. If you're looking for a VPN, then check out NordVPN. I use it for security, privacy, and more. It has massive advantages over free VPNs. And if you use the code BoredGamer, you get up to 75% off your subscription. Boom! Also, there is Shadow Cloud Gaming. This is an alternative to having your own or upgrading your gaming rig on PC. It leverages the power of the internet and your own Shadow server that emulates a high-spec Windows 10 PC, so you can play up to 144Hz 4K anywhere with an old PC, laptop, smartphone, or even tablet. Freedom to play anywhere. The internet is good enough anyway, and it works really well with Star Citizen and all the games that I play, and is constantly updated and even improved with new hardware. Again, use the code BoredGamer for discount. Links below to all of that jazz. Thank you to all that support the channel through Patreon, the YouTube join button, donations, subscribe star, as well as anyone that just generally subscribes, likes, comments, and shares my content. Dings that bell, ding ding. If you feel so inclined, you can find links to all of that down below. A special thank you though to my VIP producers this month: Dalamars, Catastrus, Raz, Gear Khan, General Aventador, Robert Johnson, and Andy Green, who have given well beyond the norm in support for the channel. I know a load of other people have, but I can't name them all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.